Hello, one and all. This is WellArmedWithTacos, and welcome to Stories from Sector 10, the Warhammer podcast that I do. Usually 40k, and this is another instance of 40k, as you can already see by the thumbnail. Um, I played this game last Saturday. I'm recording this on Wednesday, and this will be going up Thursday morning. Why did it take me so long to get around to this? Mostly just because I've been putting it off and forgetting about it. Um, this should not be a terribly long video, and I'm going to try not to keep it a terribly long one. I do have pictures. I've been trying to take more real-time things as things go on, such as the movement phase and whatnot. But I will not be going into depth for this one. I will start off by saying what the battle was. As in my previous video, or my previous little podcast thing, I did say that I was having another match against Dark Eldar. That is this game. I played Necrons versus Dark Eldar. We did 75 power points again. I brought three whole units of warriors, 20 men. I brought a lord, an overlord on a barge, on the command barge. I brought a cryptek. I brought 2 units of maximized scarabs and 2 spiders to go with them. That was my whole list. He brought 3 raiders with Cavalite warriors in them. He brought 4 venoms. 3 of the venoms had witches in it. The other one had his HQs in it. Very similar list for him as before. He brought a unit of Reavers and a unit of Hellions. And the Reavers and Hellions went into reserve. The rest of the army he deployed. I deployed my entire army. We randomly rolled for objectives. First we rolled a turn of war, and then we rolled no mercy, so it just became a kill each other game. It was Purge the Alien pretty much straight off the bat, which makes this a lot easier to explain what's happening. There were no objectives or anything. I'm going to try to make this quick because there isn't much to say. I got thoroughly, utterly creamed. Completely, utterly decimated. We lasted until turn 4. Turn 4 is when he officially tabled me by killing my last model. But pretty much after turn 2, it was pretty much determined that no, I'm not going to be able to do anything against his army. We played 75 power points, and by the time the game was over, I had only killed 12 of his power points. I killed 12 power points from a 75 power point army before I was officially tabled down to the very last man. I brought 20-man units of warriors. Only one of the units of the warriors was actually allowed to ever make a reanimation check. All the other units of warriors were completely destroyed from their 20-man slots. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not true. There were a couple of casualties, but I'm talking like he would kill 4 of them, take them down to 16, and then the next turn he would kill the rest of the 16. It was that bad. His raiders just unleashed so much firepower. I didn't take any immortals with any Tesla. I wanted to see how just a warrior list would work like in the old days. I got completely, utterly creamed, and from this point forward, I won't be playing against Dark Eldar with a Necron army. I'll probably play against him with something else, but I feel Necrons are just too expensive for too little firepower to be able to take out the Dark Eldar army. They're simply too much. I need to see the Dark Eldar army fight another Horn army to see if they're that cheap. But against Necrons, they're just far too cheap for what they're able to bring. He just picked off my spiders. He picked off my scarabs slowly one at a time. I ended up taking out his Archon. I took out his Venom. I took out an Archon, a Venom, and a unit of Witches. That was it. I wounded other things. I took the Hellions down to 1 man out of their 10, but the only actual complete casualties was the Venom, the Archon, and the one unit of Witches. And he just completely tabled me off of that. I will be putting the pictures here in order, probably in very short, like 5 or 6 seconds loops, so that you can kind of see how the game progressed. But unfortunately, I don't even know if I'm going to include them for a 5-minute video. I can include some of them, but I'm not going to go in depth about how the moving phase and all that stuff went, because I'm not going into it in this video. You'll just see pictures and not understand what's happening. I got creamed. I got utterly, utterly creamed. I haven't been destroyed like that in a long, long time. So the Dark Eldar are pretty tough. So, thank you for listening. I know this was only 5 minutes long, but there's not much to say about a game where you kill 12 power points of a 75 power point army before getting creamed, before getting tabled. So, thank you all for listening, and I'll see you next podcast.